Good morning, Luannah. How are you this morning? Well, it appears that Luannah is a little bit frozen, so I will welcome everyone to the show. Welcome to our episode 269 called Hero at Large. We're happy to be with you today. My name is Sharon Clark, and I'm with Luannah. And it looks like she's going to reboot her computer, and she'll be right back. So there she is. Good morning, Luannah.
West Coast power outage, whatever. It just sort of went off and came back on. Sorry about
A little bit of a glitch. Surge. You got a surge going on over there.
Yeah. So welcome, everybody. Did you already do the welcome while I was away? Or
Yep.
You did? Okay,
You
great.
bet.
Awesome. So then let's start with the New Year's around the world, resolutions around the world that you're bringing us today.
How do you celebrate New Year's, Luannah? What are your traditions on New Year's Eve?
My traditions are I reflect on the past year. I look at the gains. I look at where I'd like to improve even more. And we do many different things. We have a few times we have a bathtub on our cliff here on the water.
Oh,
wow. Sometimes we'll go in the bathtub, have a bubble bath at New Year's.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And sometimes we just watch movies, my husband and I. And sometimes tomorrow night, it looks like we might go to the hotel here. They have dinner and dancing. So we haven't done that for years. And it's going to be our first New Year's alone in a while because we had our godchildren here the last few years and our son. And so, we're going to do that. Unless they come, they might come too. And then the plans will change. We're just sort of like, let's meet the moment. Let's follow the flow. But we always approach it with gratitude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then enter the new year with gratitude and with intentions, but realistic ones.
Yes.
Ones that can actually be implemented. And so, so it's really, it's a fun time. I really love it to look back and just, see, holy cow, where did this year go? And all the things.
Actually, I'm happy it's over. I didn't like 2025 too much. Wasn't very fun for me. But
we had some hard things hit us too this year. But it's also the hard things that make us, not to negate or minimize. But it's also we are in a world where contrast is what creates creation.
Absolutely. And
we do our best to navigate that. Yeah.
The challenges are what make us grow as humans. So that's where we learn our lessons and have the most growth.
Yeah.
So for me on New Year's Eve, it used to be when I was with my husband, we had a New Year's Eve party every year. And we would go to an escape room. We would have about 15, 20 people, and we would go to an escape room or two or however many. And whoever got out in the quickest time would be the winners. And
what, they got a little escape room? Can you elaborate that? What is it?
An escape room? So they shut you in this room, and it's supposed to be a locked room, but it really isn't. You can get out anytime you want.
Okay.
But you have all these different puzzles to solve. So there might be a clue on the spine of a book. So you'll have to open a lock, and you're looking for numbers. You can find the numbers can be anywhere, or you're having to enter a combination of something, and it's a combination of letters and numbers. And so you have to work your way through as a team, figuring out all of the information so that you can escape the escape room.
Cool.
So there's a door at the end or something that you get out. So
yes, fun.
And we would have whoever the losers were had to wait.
Losers.
Yeah, exactly. Losers. Wicked losers. So they had to wait on the winners. And of course, there was a couple of husbands, mine included, who were like, oh, we are so intelligently superior that we will never lose, blah, blah, blah. Well, they lost every friggin' year to all of us dummies. So we would just sit there. Yes, I'd like some hors d'oeuvres. Can you get us another drink? Can you?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. Because they would make us wait on them hand and foot if they won. So we paid the favor. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. You got
to enjoy that.
Yes. And gloat a little bit because they definitely would have. Now I just I usually spend it with a girlfriend of mine. We go out for dinner and then we go back to her place and we watch movies and just eat until we can't get off the couch.
Okay. All right. What do you eat? Cookies?
No, like a whole bunch of hors d'oeuvres and
tapas kind of thing, right?
It's usually a seafood.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, so fun.
Awesome.
And other areas around the world, they have some interesting traditions too.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in Turkey, they smash pomegranates.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, because it's considered a very powerful symbol of luck, prosperity, and abundance.
Oh, wow. Cool.
As the new year arrives, they smash a pomegranate on the doorstep of their home, believing that bursting seeds will usher in good fortune for the months ahead.
I can get
So,
behind that. Yeah.
yeah, I kind of like it.
I like that.
The
Yeah.
more seeds that scatter, the greater the blessings are thought to be.
Yeah. I'm going to buy a
So,
pomegranate this year. I'm going to get one today. I'm going to do
yeah,
that. That sounds
I'm
fun.
I'm thinking the same thing. It'd be good to
Yeah.
get our pomegranate on and see.
The symbology. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, because it symbolizes life and vitality and, wealth and happiness. Yeah,
Possibilities, right? Every seeds, right, is a possibility. So all the
absolutely.
ideas and creative potential we have for the next year. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really lovely. I really like that one. And okay, so now in Argentina,
Hmm.
they make sure that they lift their right foot at midnight because as midnight passes, then the first step taken in the new year is on the right foot. So they
Wow.
start off their new year literally on the right foot.
So maybe that's where that expression comes from. Start on your
Maybe.
right on your foot.
Mhm.
On
I
the right
think
foot.
so.
Start on the right foot, right?
Yep.
Oh, I know in
Yep.
mystical traditions too, they always say lead with the right. When you're
Yes.
doing walking meditations or even Sufi dancing and things like that. So there's a symbology with the right. I'd like to explore that. That's cool.
Yeah. So it might have originated in Argentina, which is really cool. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it encourages positive beginnings and good luck and success. So that's really cool. So we could be smashing pomegranates,
And
standing on our
stepping up
left
to the
foot.
right. Yeah, I like it. All doable.
We can combine two at once.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
Cuba's a little bit different. So, and this might not be for everybody, but it's right up my alley because I'm a cleaner. I love to clean. So, in preparation for what they do, they clean their homes thoroughly throughout the day. They mop and wash walls and clean and clean and clean. And
Hmm.
save that dirty water. They save it. And at midnight, they take the bucket and they fling it into the street so that
Wow,
releases all the troubles of the past year and you have a
wow.
clean slate for the new year ahead.
I love these.
Yeah,
I
isn't it
love
cool?
these. Yeah, yeah. And I do too. We bring greater order to the house before the end of the years.
Mhm.
I like that with the bucket of water. That's like really you're like, get it out of here, right? Let's clear that. It's nice.
Because like you said yesterday, that was a wonderful show, by the way. And like you
Okay.
said yesterday, it's action that
Hmm.
creates the neural pathways. So
Yes.
by taking that action and that intent and with intention behind it
Hmm.
and throwing it out, you're creating that belief. You're cementing that belief in your head that you're washing away bad luck, misfortunes, and you're starting off with this beautiful clean slate, welcoming all, success and happiness
Hmm.
for the new year. So I
Yeah.
really like that intentional throwing out of with the old in with the new.
Yeah,
I
and
like that.
activating that observer effect in quantum physics.
Mhm.
How we observe something changes it immediately, right? That's how we can change our past by perceiving it differently and taking a new
Abs-
action, right? So it's a lot of little tie-ins there. Beautiful.
That quantum entanglement is really quite cool. And like you say about changing your past, I've been studying little bit about that lately, and it's a pretty unique proposition.
Yes.
I love it, and I want to delve deeper into it because wow,
Yeah.
it's in limitless possibilities with what you can do with
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Completely. It's quite powerful.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay, so the Philippines, we're back to fruit. On New Year's Eve in the Philippines, they serve 12 spherical fruits, which are believed to represent prosperity because
Oh,
they're round.
wow.
And each fruit
Oh,
represents 1 month of the year. So
wow.
they
I
serve
love
these.
these.
Yeah, so you have to partake in each of the 12 fruits, intentionally eating. And I like eating with intention. That's
Yeah.
cooking with intention, eating
Yeah.
with intention. It nourishes your body, your soul. It's
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Yes.
And so they eat each piece of or a piece of each of the 12 fruits, intentionally thinking about all the happiness, health, wealth, prosperity, success, and joy, love that they're going to bring in the new year.
Wow. I want to do all of these from now on. I'd like to have like what a cool New Year's ceremony that could be throughout the day, just touching into all these metaphors, right? And all of these actions. It's like very beautiful. I love
It
these. Thank you, Sharon, for
is. Well,
sharing
aw.
these.
I
Yeah.
see. I really am into traditions, different traditions around the world, whether it be whatever they are. I just enjoy learning about other cultures
Yeah.
yeah. So this is when I was doing the research on this, I was really excited. But I think this one will probably be one of your favorites, actually.
Okay. Okay.
The next one is about Japan. At midnight on December 31st, 108 bells ring out
In
over
Japan.
Japan. Yeah, 108. The
Wow.
practice is called Joya no Cane, and the bells are rung by Buddhists.
Wow.
The
You're right. I love bells.
well,
When I lived in Europe, that was my favorite thing, that the church bells rang every day.
oh,
It's just so beautiful. Wow, 108
I was
bells.
in a small town over Christmas, and they have a church there, and from about 4 in the afternoon till about 9 at night, every hour they rang the church bells, but
Yeah.
they played part of a Christmas tune like Silver Bells
Oh,
or Joy to the World, or so every hour you got to hear part of a Christmas song with the bells. It was
oh my
really
God.
incredible. I abs
Beautiful.
and they did it for 4 or 5 days. It was incredible. It
Wow.
was
What
just
town was
beautiful.
that? Which country was that?
Canada.
That was in
So
Canada. So they're
yeah,
still ringing bells in Canada. I haven't heard church
mhm,
bells forever.
yeah, in
Wow.
a little town called Swan River, so northern Manitoba.
Oh,
I
that's
shouldn't say it a little town, but
Swan
yeah,
River.
about 15,000 people, something like that. Somewhere in there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it was really unique and wonderful, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's because it's smaller, there's a stillness to it,
Yeah. Yeah.
which you don't get in the city.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yes.
it's
I can
it's
feel it
really
just as you're describing it.
mm,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Beautiful.
So back to the chimes of Japan, the 108 chimes represent what's known in Buddhism as the earthly desires.
Hmm.
So you can, if you're not there to witness it, you can see them on the TV or hear them on the radio.
Really? I'm going to look
Yeah.
that up. Oh, cool.
hmm And
Cool.
as you're aware, probably, I'm sure you're aware of this, in Buddhism, the number 108 holds significant meaning, often
Yes.
associated with the 108 earthly desires that lead to suffering. That's why there's 108 mala beads on the
Right.
mala. And
Right.
it's also linked to the 108 klishas or afflictions that cloud human consciousness and hinder spiritual progress.
Wow.
And
Oh,
additionally,
I forgot that. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah.
and there's also 108 volumes of the Buddhist teachings. So I
Mm,
love that their New Year's Eve tradition is rooted in their spiritual beliefs,
beautiful.
like, and very symbolic of what they believe as a country.
Yeah, and numerology, it's a 9,
hmm
and 9 is a completion,
Yes.
right? So it's the completion preparing for the new, right? So yeah,
Like
that's great.
2025 was a 9.
Yes, yes, and now we're
And now 2026 is a 1.
yes,
We're in
yes, yes,
literally out with the old. We've
yes,
completed that cycle and we're starting a new one.
yes.
It's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. It's amazing,
Okay.
these little pieces of wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're 20 after. Okay. So I will. So I'll just do a couple of quick ones.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead. Let's follow this
in
flow. It's all
in
good.
Ireland, they bang pots and pans,
Oh,
and they go into the streets and they all bang their pots and pans. So it's like literally ringing in the new year with their pots and pans, which is kind of
wow.
cool. And in Spain, the minute before midnight on New Year's Eve, people traditionally eat 12 grapes, each grape symbolizing a month in the new year,
Oh,
and it
wow.
brings good fortune to the year ahead.
Wow.
Mhm.
Interesting, the combinations, like so many countries with fruit and
With
seeds,
fruit and
right?
circular fruit,
Circular
because
fruits and
grapes are
things like that.
circular as well.
Yes, they are.
Mhm.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And they say that the grape eating is also commonplace in Latin America and Indonesia. It
Wow.
wards off any evil spirits that may be lurking and brings good luck.
Wow. Look at that universality, hey?
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's
Really incredible. It's like the 100th monkey, right? Just because I'm sure when these traditions started, there was nobody communicating with each other.
right. But it's in the collective
So,
field.
collective field.
Of
So
wisdom and knowledge. Yeah.
they intuitively all knew that this would be beneficial to them for the year ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Using nature as a reflection of life and cycles and patterns and within ourselves and in the greater world as well. Right. So
Exactly.
beautiful. I
It
love
is beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Sharon. That's so
In
awesome.
Brazil, they wade into the shallow water and they jump over 7 waves, one for each day of the week, as opposed to each month of the year. They're
Oh.
I'm not sure what the word is I'm looking for, but they are siphoning it down to, they're getting more precise. So they're going for days of the week. They jump over 7 waves.
Wow.
And they pay honor to Yemoja, the goddess of the sea. And they offer jewelry, flowers, and they leave all this stuff at the shoreline. So then that made me think, who's picking up all this jewelry and flowers after? Like, is there someone going in the middle of the night and picking this stuff up? I don't know what's happening.
No, it's
Or
probably
are they
going
just
into the water.
Yeah, really cool. And the last thing, do you know where the origin of the midnight kiss, of kissing someone at midnight? Do you know where that is?
No. What is it?
Germany.
Really?
Not the country I would have thought about at all. That was a shock, actually.
Wow. When did that start? Like,
it's been a custom in Germany for years, and around since the 4th century. So it's a
old custom.
Yeah, it's thought the kiss will bring both you and your beloved shared good fortunes in the year ahead.
Wow.
So it's really about releasing the old, inviting the new, setting an intention and starting fresh.
Yeah.
And all with the same hope that life will be better.
And coming into alignment with possibility.
Yes.
With the new, right? With all the seeds and all the fruit and all the round and all that. Wow. Beautiful.
So it's really, really cool.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you for sharing, Sharon. Any of the viewers, I'd love to see your comments. What would you like of all of these? Which one, resonated for you most? That would be a cool thing to learn about our viewers too.
And also, what is your New Year's Eve tradition? What do you do on New Year's Eve to ring again?
Before, like gratitude and reflecting,
For the viewers, they can share that with us.
I'll burn some incense. I'll do a prayer. I'll go into nature again. We're blessed to be here in the wild west of BC on the waterfront. So, we'll go out and look at the stars, different things. But everything is always about a renewal, understanding that this is a moment that, collectively people are doing it. And someone could say, well, God, it's just another day. And sure, but every day is what we make it.
Absolutely.
So collectively, we've decided this is a day of renewal.
Yeah.
And
gratitude.
And gratitude. And that for me is enough. That's beautiful.
And possibility.
Possibility and, willingness too. Willingness to let go of what doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Rather than holding it and clenching it. Right?
Exactly.
Which is what we can do when we have patterns that we don't yet know how to release. And they've given us protection till now or something, right?
Fear of the unknown, right?
Harder. Yeah, those ones are hard to let go time.
Hard.
But there's it's like the doorway, and that doorway is available every day. That doorway is available every moment, right? But it's just, again, that collective where the whole world is like aligned with that. Let's bring change, and that's beautiful. I find that beautiful.
You had mentioned yesterday that someone had told you that to rearrange your furniture on a regular basis if you want to change things in your life.
Yes.
I have been doing that ever since I had my own place. I have it in one way for a while, and then boom, I change it. And so lots of times people come over like, holy heck, you rearranged your living room again? Yeah, and my bedroom. And so but I didn't realize. So after you said that, I was really thinking about, when do I change my furniture? Like, is there an unconscious something happening in my subconscious that I'm not aware of? And when I'm struggling with something in my life, like, do I take this path? Do I take that path? What will happen if I do this? So it's all about change. And I didn't realize that when I have a major decision to make, I rearrange my whole.
You automatically do it. So it's like an ingrained ritual. I think that's it's a biological, thing when we're wanting change, right? We can get stuck in stuff if we don't know we need to change and we don't want to change. Maybe I'll change your living. Yeah, change your living room, Ron.
Yeah.
Try it out. It really works. I've done it ever since then.
It does work.
And it's moving because also if if we go a little bit woo-woo here, right?
Mhm.
We're in the collective lattice field of creation, right?
Yes,
Everything is interconnected. So even these words are rippling in the field, right? So when we move something in our home, it's changing the field that
yes,
we're
it
in.
is.
And whatever stagnant energy might be in those corners, they get to move. And that's the whole thing with feng shui, right? How to create energy movement in the home. So yeah, I'm glad you liked that. I'm glad you got something from that. Because I know for me that was a game changer when I learned that. And I just, yeah, do it all the time. Yeah.
It's incredible though that I've been doing it
Can
without
you
even
move
realizing it. Can I move my roommate? Well, that depends on your roommate, Ron.
it? Yeah, yeah. That's good. You might
Are
want to
they
ask
open to change if you put their suitcases out in the yard? Are they open to change? Are they looking for new adventures in 2026?
That's cute. That's really cute. Oh, wow. That was awesome, Sharon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That really enriched my world of understanding. Yeah, thank you, thank you. So now I'm just gonna jump in to help share about where you can watch us on social media and where we're live. So you can watch us live here on Restream, right? That's where we are.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then YouTube, Rumble, Kick at Rhode Island Broadcasting, Twitch at RIBroadcasting, Twitter X at Broadcasting RI, and then listening to us just as the audio is Red Circle, Spotify, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio at RI Broadcasting. And then our social media is Blue Sky, MeWe, Parlor, Gab, LinkedIn, Space Hey,
Space Hey.
Space Hey at RI Broadcasting. And then please also, we're still looking to build our Facebook. So please go and like us on Facebook, and so we can start streaming there too, and we can start building our wonderful family of viewers there as well. We really look forward to seeing you there.
You can find us on Facebook. We're at Going On Daily Morning Show.
Going On Daily Morning Show. Yes. Thank you. And you can go to our website, RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net, to see all the shows and movies and music, and also to vote for the Daily Hall of Fame, which is coming up soon. I'm curious, who are you going to vote for, Sharon?
I already voted, and my vote went to Pat Benatar.
Oh, that's who I'm going to vote for. I haven't figured out how to actually do that yet. I'm going to do that. But Pat Benatar is my choice as well. I really love her. We are young.
Exactly.
We
and
she's so great.
I just heard a Pat Benatar song yesterday. All Fired Up.
All Fired Up. Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So the choices are Madonna, Janet Jackson, Whitney Houston, Tina Turner, and Pat Benatar. So any viewers, who are you going to vote for? Let us know in the comments as well. Good song. Oh, yeah. It's a great, that's my favorite song. Yeah. 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 And then so I'm going to lead into my topic. And so today I'm not supposed to be on, right? So I'm covering for Becky. So last night it became, that I'm going to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting with me. Appreciate it.
Oh, happy to be here. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? And last night my husband showed me the most recent Superman movie, right? And I always look for metaphors in everything that I watch, right?
Okay.
And what came up for me in watching it is something that I thought about, I guess it was about a year ago. I was back east. My mother and my sister passed away a few years.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and so there was some storage units that I needed to clean out. So I had to go back east to do that. And while I was there, I was reflecting on a lot of different things. It was a very, both of them, like a lot of us had a lot of trauma, but the choice to navigate the trauma was different, Yeah. And so I started reflecting on superheroes and villains.
Oh.
And I started thinking, so what is the difference? What is actually the foundational difference between them? What do you think it is, Sharon?
Well, I mean, it's, the classic battle between good and evil. And we allow our superheroes to kill in the name of good. However, if the villain kills anyone, it's, evil. So there's definitely a conflict happening there. the I really don't know beyond the battle of good and evil.
Yeah.
And who decides what is good and what is evil, right? It's all in your perspective.
Those are other layers. Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So what came to me is that the difference is choice.
Okay.
Because both the villain and the superhero had tragedies that
Yes.
led them to become who they are. Sorry, I
Yes.
got a little bit of sniffles today. Right? So there's the choice.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I going to be in the face of adversity, in the face of loss, in the face of challenges? And I saw that superheroes and villains are exactly the same people.
Yes.
It's just choice. And for me, that was a really cool observation, because then it actually brought me out of the good, bad, right, wrong, and just seeing that no, it's just the choice of who am I going to be in relationship to my experiences in life.
Yes.
And
Yes, exactly.
And this is the choice that we all make. And I also then yesterday when I was watching this, I went, oh my gosh, this is also the difference between an empath and a narcissist.
Never thought about that.
I never thought of it either until last night.
Right.
It's the exact same thing, because narcissism is the result of extreme trauma that never got healed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So even the worst person in the world, underneath there's that inner child that we don't know what happened, but it was strong enough to shut down the feeling centers, which we empaths have a lot more of, right? And so the empath also has had lots of tragedy, lots of loss, but somehow, for whatever reasons, the choice is to deepen into life, to deepen into self-knowing, to deepen into, love, care, compassion. And that's why empaths are common targets for narcissists, because narcissists know how to access that. I've been in a relationship like that myself, where I did my, my master's degree in understanding, not through books, but through life, right? Of what happens and how a narcissist, how an empath can get caught in a narcissist's web, right? Their unconscious web. And then yesterday I watched a video, and maybe that's what was in the background when I was watching the movie last night, with Carl Jung. And, yeah. And so, and he was sharing how when you're in contact with a narcissist, the narcissist lives in their own bubble. And we all live in our own bubble anyways, but they live in such a bubble that it just slowly lures us in. Right? And because, empaths, we want to care, we see the wound, we see beyond it, right? We see beyond the ugly behavior or the harmful behavior. We see the wounded child inside, and then we want to help, we want to change, we want to, and heal. This was for me with my mother, bless her soul, right? But her traumas led her to go down that path.
Okay.
More. So she spent like 90% of her time there. I did get to enjoy some 10% of her soul, which I'm so grateful for. But her survival patterns, they prevailed right through to the end, right? And when he described this, I went, oh my God, that's exactly what I experienced, right? And so the interesting thing is that our care and our attention becomes the food that they need and they want, right? So that's fuel. That's their fuel. Right. And so the empath that survives that is the one that no longer has a need for recognition, but that's a part of it too. The empath, we have an ego that wants recognition.
Yes.
And that's where we can become a narcissist. So we see that the playing field of narcissism, empathy, it's a moving field.
Absolutely.
And we moment by moment need to dial in. And we need to acknowledge, okay, I have a narcissist aspect to me. We all do. It has a role, right? It's a part of our, our protection mechanism, that protective ego that will come up most often in an argument, right? We all become narcissists. Someone's pointing out something we don't want to see, right? So just having that fluidity of understanding, that is an element that we have. And it's just a matter of training ourselves to recognize, oops, I'm slipping into that territory. And so what is the learning through that? What is the wound that's arising in me when I slip into that? So there's no judgment. There's just observing. It's all energy trying to right itself. all trying to come into alignment. And so in that sense, the narcissist and the empath are the perfect couple.
I beg to disagree. I'm sorry.
No. But I'm saying this because the man I was with, where that was the case, I see where it was a perfect match because
Yes.
I had the beliefs in me that he mirrored back to me.
Yep.
So it was perfect.
I agree. I spent 27 years with a narcissist, and they are so charming. They are so engaging, so outgoing.
Yeah.
They have that persona that is just so incredibly magnetic. And then you get into the everyday with them, and there's no magnetism there.
No, and it's all unconscious though too. I mean, there are malevolent, intentional ones; those exist too. But a good majority of them, it's just they are so wired in their bubble. And a narcissist is always either the hero, right, right,
100,
or the victim.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right. Somebody who's locked in narcissistic bubbles, right? They're always either the victim, right, or the hero. They're never a part of the situation, and that's the clue right there, right? And so we all go in there sometimes, right? And then, but when we have a healthy, relationship to life, we eventually reflect. Went, oh, wait a second, right? And then we reflect, and then we grow and we evolve. But so I saw that parallel, like the villain, superhero, empath, narcissist, and I thought that's a really cool analogy, and I just thought to talk about that and share that and get your thoughts and feelings on it too, because again, I didn't have a big prep time for today, so I thought that's a great topic because it's real. It's real. And also navigating our own narcissistic self-involved tendencies, right? And especially in our era right now, everybody is so in their own bubble, and in that, everybody gets offended easily, everybody gets points the finger fast and things like that, and we forget our humanity. And so that for me is the cure, is coming home to our humanity and recognizing we're all learning, we're all growing, right? Oh, sorry, people are soft.
Yes, and that's it too. So it's interesting. What do you think? So I have so many questions, but so first of all, you're right. When an empath is with a narcissist, it's really growth. I grew a lot over those 27 years, and I now thank him for that time. I'm so grateful for all the growth. It was painful at the time. But what really came out for me during that time was victim mentality. I was a victim because I didn't know. We start out as healers. We want to heal this wound that they have. We want to help them, and we think as an empath we can help them heal, and they can return to happiness and just
a bit of a savior complex,
I guess. Never thought about that.
We have a savior complex until we understand it, and then we can change it. But that
no need to fix anybody. That's it's individually. That's our own job to fix ourselves. But so there's a lot of growth, but I really turned into a victim, and that was the narcissistic side of me that came out. Was he never listens to me, blah blah blah, or he's always mad at me. You're always off balance. You don't know which ends up, because you do something one day and it's wonderful, and the next day you do the same thing and it's absolute.
And the thing is, it's because we don't have that confidence in ourselves yet.
Yes,
it's all about us, right? And it's a hard pill to swallow. But it's all about us. Like, one of the things I've worked with many women and helped them to leave narcissistic abusive relationships or recover from. And one of the key things I say, one of the things is, he doesn't see me, right? And then I ask them, so where don't you see you?
Oh, that's
where are you waiting for your own self-validation? Because that's the only one that counts. And once we have that, then the narcissist bubble abusers, right? They have no more reach. So that's how I worked it with me. I've always reversed it. Where do I do that to myself? Right?
Yes. Stay in the question.
Where do I ridicule myself? Where do I diminish myself? So when you take everything and you go back into yourself, then it's the medicine to heal all the stuff that's there, that is what magnetized that person in my life. Because we attract what's in our unconsciousness, not our mind. Our mind has very little frequency, right?
Absolutely.
The emotional energy we hold in our nervous system and in our body, that's the main magnet
Yes.
for attraction.
If you want to know
And that's,
what's happening in your subconscious, you just look out at your life, and it tells you
and that's,
everything that you
yeah,
literally, that's your belief system. What you are experiencing every day is what your true belief system is.
yeah, or even I just say what the unconscious programming is to experience of what I think my value is or lack of.
Mm-hmm. Or lack of.
Right?
Exactly.
Because sometimes when I say, and you're right, but sometimes when I say it's just a reflection of my belief, I can also become judgmental. Why do I believe that? Or no, that's not true. I don't believe that. So there's different ways of meeting it, but just like, yeah, this is something that's in me. It's showing itself through the world, mirroring me, so that I can know me.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And step out. Like, there's a difference between being a victim of a situation versus living in a victimized state.
Okay.
Right? And so that's, again, there's like lots of little fine lines, right? Like, again, just going back, the fine line between a superhero and a villain. They're basically the exactly same people,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a different choice. There's a different navigation on how to navigate. So the villain feels abandoned by life and angry and bitter, right? Where the superhero feels, wow, there's something for me to learn. How can I give more? How can I learn? Right? So those are the different mindsets. And we all have both. We all have moments, right? But it's about being aware so that we're feeding, like in the Hawaiian world, makia, where my attention goes, my energy flows, and that's what grows.
Yes.
Am I feeding the bitterness that will lead me to be a villain and live in a perpetually victimized state, because that's where the victim is, that's where the villain is? Or am I going to focus on the potential and possibilities, seeing I'm a part of nature and all nature is activated through challenge. So what can I do with it? So I'm inviting this. I thought this could be good for New Year's, because this is a huge reflection. Where do I spend most of my time in the day? Am I feeling like a victim, or am I taking actions and rooted in constructive and effective movement in my life through my thoughts and through my actions? Right? And then the empath. I thought that was just such a fun, little reflection on that. And it's the dance of duality in our own self and in the world, and learning how to do that tango. Right?
And you're right. This is the perfect time, because New Year's is about choice. It's about choosing to grow, choosing to, go on to something in whatever is happier or better, or, for you. And so this is the perfect time, because like you say, the villain and the hero have both made a choice. One chose to be angry, bitter, and withdrawn. And the other chose to be loving, kind, supportive, and
even just to learn and endure, and trust.
Yeah.
They're trusting that there's greater possibility and purpose through this. Yeah.
I think that's one thing that villains and superheroes share, is trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
Because superheroes don't give everyone 100% trust.
No, I'm talking about trust in life.
Yeah.
Trust in that.
Oh,
trust
okay.
in
But that is
trust in the sense of there's a purpose, and I'll find a way.
Yes.
Right. And so in that sense, trust.
Yeah.
Whereas the villain doesn't trust. It feels forsaken by life, forsaken by God, and then that's where that venom and that anger comes from.
Yes.
So it was a cool movie. There was a lot of beautiful pieces in it just on its own as well. But it was for me, that was very prevalent to see that in that place.
That's beautiful. A beautiful spin on it. I really like the way you actually perceived that whole movie, and villains and superheroes in general. That's wonderful. Yeah. Absolutely. Supercraft process.
Yeah, we all got a bit of that too, so we got to watch it. Yeah, beautiful. Well, Sharon, thank you too. Thanks for exploring that, and you going to share something too about resolution, since we're talking about like the choices and everything like that. So what are your thoughts on setting resolutions, and if they're healthy or not?
Well, you know what, resolutions, can be healthy for sure. How many times, Luannah, have you made a resolution? And well, you might be different. I have a feeling that you follow through. You're very intentional, and you give yourself a lot of grace. So I have a feeling you probably haven't made too many that you haven't followed through on in life.
But there is times when I didn't follow through.
Oh, are there?
Right?
Okay.
So, for sure,
Okay.
for sure. You know, I mean, it's a learning, you know, because we're all, you know, caught sometimes in unconscious patterns that keep us from doing things.
Absolutely.
Right.
Subconscious.
And then the journey is, so then the journey is getting into my subconscious and saying, man, I really want to do this, and it's so simple. Why don't I do it? And then I'll do the deeper work. And then, so that is also follow through.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And giving yourself grace.
Engaging. Yeah. The engaging, you know, why don't I do it? You know, it's like, it's so easy. It's so simple, but yet I just like, there's like this threshold. It's like it's just like a third of a second of a threshold to make a change. But the threshold feels like this big, you know, dividing China wall, right?
Exactly. This big cavernous.
Yeah. I do follow through, but I also meet those moments. With every new level, there's a new devil, right?
Oh, so, I really like that. With every new level, there's a new devil. You're right.
Right. And so there's a new level of like a video game. Okay, I've gathered this here, and now let's go into the next level. And you know, I got to apply that, but then I got to learn new ways, right? And so for me, that's how life works. Yeah.
And that's you know, when you don't follow through on a New Year's resolution, the negative self-talk starts, right? You're like, how everyone else can do this, why can't I? You know, if I've already failed, so I might as well stop trying, or, you know, I never follow through. Yeah. So New Year's resolutions can be negative if you put too much pressure on yourself. Like if you say, like there's a difference between making a resolution that says, I need to lose weight. Let's take the one that's really common. Most people buy a gym membership and go to the gym for a month or whatever, and then they slowly fall off, right? So instead of saying, okay, I'm making a resolution this year to lose weight because I need to lose weight, that's heavy. Your subconscious doesn't respond to the heaviness, the pressure. Instead, you'd say, you know, make a resolution that I want to be fit because I want to go for walks with my friends. I want to be able to play with my children and my grandchildren. You know, I want to be able to walk up and down stairs without being winded, you know? So, you know, choosing happy thoughts and doing it for a happier outcome instead of a negative, I have to. I need to.
Yes.
It's I choose to, and I choose to for a wonderful reason. I want to play with my kids. I want to go out and, you know, in Canada, go out and play, you know, street hockey or shoot basketball.
Build igloos.
What's that?
Build igloos. Yes. I used to build igloos when I was a kid.
Did you have one of those plastic things that you
no, we used to build snow.
Okay.
No, we used to get like 10, 12 feet of snow.
Oh, yeah.
Where I lived. Kids. So then we would carve, my sister and I would carve out igloos with our puppy, and we'd make a fridge and all kinds of stuff like that.
We got for Christmas one year, I remember, it was a plastic, just a plastic thing with a handle, and you put the snow in there, so you had perfectly
cool.
Yeah, you had a perfectly rectangle squares so that you could build the perfect igloo. And so that's what we used.
Wow.
Yeah. My brother and I each got one. We were in heaven. We built igloos. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, we did it the hard way, just from scratch. That's so fun that exists.
Yeah, it was really fun. Oh. So a shift in mindset when setting your New Year's Eve resolutions or New Year's resolutions, whether you set them New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, whenever you set yours, the shift in mindset helps us to be successful, to achieving our goals and desires. If you make them, the subconscious really learns and changes far more effectively in safety and positivity than through stress. Stress gets attention, but positivity creates lasting change. So stress is designed to, you know, it protects you. When you're stressed out about something, it's how do I survive? Your nervous system immediately goes into survival mode. It's not how do I learn and grow? It's how do I stay alive in this moment? How do I survive what's happening right now? So when you put yourself, and not that I'm saying that, you know, less than desirable intentions or resolutions put that amount of stress on you, but it becomes more stressful over time because it's something you have to do, not something you're choosing or wanting to do. So,
And every day that we're not doing it, it becomes this heavier weight,
yes.
right? And so, yeah, so it's like making reasonable New Year's resolutions. Like, I'm not going to make an unreasonable resolution. That's my resolution. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
just thought of that. Like, that's your resolution. Not make an unreasonable resolution.
That's
Let's work with the small
that's the
stuff.
perfect one to start off with.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
your subconscious likes positive emotional states like calm and being encouraging to yourself. Like you can encourage yourself and, having hope and giving yourself grace. So
yes,
if you set the intention, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm going to get up at 5 a.m., go to the gym 5 days a week. And then
yeah,
you only go to the gym 3 days a week. Perfect.
yeah.
It's still progress. It is
Still
still,
program.
if 3 days a week are what fits into your, window of opportunity into your routine, then great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Times,
Yeah.
In a year from now, 6 months from now, you may be able to fit 4 days in, or some weeks you can fit 4 days in, and other weeks you can fit 3 days in.
Mhm.
Give yourself the grace to
Yeah.
not exactly achieve what you set out to achieve, as long as you're making changes, little changes incrementally. And Ron says,
They'll make a new
a new friend named Jim. Well, not quite the Jim we were talking about, but okay.
That's too fun. Yeah, and just to to echo what you're saying there too, it's like momentum, just little actions to start.
Yes.
Like sometimes even with the breath work that I teach my clients, ultimately you want to do it for at least 10-15 minutes, but I say just do it for 1 minute to start.
Exactly.
Because then the body naturally, once you start doing it more, it's going to become a hunger. But when we put too big of a expectation on ourselves, it will meet resistance.
Yes.
Because it's so contrary.
You can feel yourself recoiling from the pressure.
Exactly. So then when we say, okay, I just 1 minute, that's doable.
Yes.
And then you can do a good, dozen breaths in 1 minute, right? And then it's like, oh, that feels good. And then the next day I'm going to do 2 minutes. And then the next minute, same with the gym, right? Okay, I'm just going to do 5 reps today.
Yes. Yeah.
Or, and then maybe I'll do 5 reps for a whole week.
Yeah.
That's fine, or whatever the machine I'm on.
Yeah.
But letting those small moves matter more than the idea of the big leap that we're trying to make from where we are to where we want to be, right? Honey, I'm going to gyms. That's cute, Rod. That's cute. Beautiful. Yeah. That's so fun. That's so fun.
So like you say, little micro changes lead to, you start off with a micro change this year, and then next year you have another micro change. And in 5 years from now, you won't recognize, you'll be in a completely different place than you are now. So it doesn't have to be a big dramatic change. Your subconscious does not like big dramatic changes for the wrong reasons. They can like big dramatic, if it's a positive big dramatic change, like getting married or something like that, then yes, but smaller, gentler changes actually fit your life.
True. But even then, just the thought came to me, like even with the big change, it's beautiful, but our stuff, whatever we have that's in resistance to it, will still come up, right? And that's relationship. Relationship is a spiritual journey, right? With ourself and with another. So and with the new year, everything.
Yes. So beautiful. Two of the most underrated resolutions, I feel, that people, because it's mostly losing weight, stopping smoking, stopping drinking. It's always something you're going to eliminate or change about yourself. So for me, I would love it if people did set some self-enhancing resolutions, like more self-care, go to bed earlier.
Self-kindness.
Yeah. Have a bubble bath twice a week and just listen to your favorite podcast or radio show. Yeah. And, if you have a little guilty pleasure about going out to movies, then make the time and get a movie once every 2 weeks, just
I agree.
Give time for yourself. Treat yourself the way you treat everybody else. Like what we always do how do I support you? What can I do for you? Do you need something? We're all continually asking other people, do you need something? What can I do for you? How do I help you? And do ask yourself those questions.
Yeah.
What do we need? What do I need? What would benefit me today? And another underrated resolution, and people may not like this, but I think it's very, very healthy, is setting boundaries personally and professionally.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to answer that email the moment it comes in. You don't have to respond to that text as soon as it comes in. You can say no in a polite way, like, I just can't commit to that right now.
Yeah.
Don't feel guilty about saying no. Being tired is a reason to say no.
Yes. Yes.
And
absolutely.
Yeah. And you don't have to fix everyone else's problems.
No.
You're not here to fix everyone else. And that's a hard realization for a lot of people, especially empaths, because that's what we like to do.
Yeah, and that's where the savior complex comes in again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It took me a long time to realize that.
Yeah, yeah. A beautiful, loving way to understand boundaries, if I can share, is
please do.
In the Hawaiian tradition that I learned with my elder. He says, we're here to meet at intersections of love and growth.
I love that.
And when we meet at intersections of love and growth, there's no trying to control or change anybody. Right. It's me in my sovereign soul and you in your sovereign soul, and we're encountering each other.
That's beautiful.
And we're honoring that we are a mirror. And usually the things we want somebody else to change, it's in us as well. Yep. Right? And so there's just that observation of soul sovereignty and understanding that. It must be a lay in there, of course. Yeah. Right. So, and that's for me what boundaries are. It's like I honor the bubble of world that I'm in. I honor your world, and we're meeting at intersections of love and growth.
Yes.
And when we have that as a foundation, where's there room for conflict that doesn't get resolved? There will be conflict because we're two universes. There's going to be frictions. There's going to be, misalignments at times. But the resolution is, let's meet there in love and growth.
Yes.
Let that be our directive in those moments. And that's a very healthy boundary. Because then I don't take on your stuff or project my stuff, and vice versa. And it's a moment by moment work. It's not like, okay, I'm here, I'm done. It's like, no.
No.
It's like a moment by moment engagement in living.
And
it's a way of living, right? And so that's
exactly
a beautiful thing.
And I find myself occasionally, well, not occasionally, when I'm judgmental, like, why do they do this? Why haven't they done that? Or whatever. Yeah. Then I take a step back and, why am I judging?
Yeah.
Why does that matter to me? Why do I even think about it? It doesn't matter. That's, their life, their path, because we have friends who we sometimes scratch our head and wonder what, why they're doing. But it's not our place to judge. And it's such a relief when you realize that we're not here to shape anyone else's life. It's their choice. We're just here to support them in their choices and be happy for them when something goes well, and be there for them when things don't go well.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I can offer a doorway with that too, because this is something that I've worked through, that same thing. Why do they do what they do? Why don't they change, or what's going on? Right. Mm-hmm. And then I started asking myself, okay, the same thing. Well, why is that getting in me? And there is a deeper reason I found, and maybe it might resonate too. It's because there's a need of my inner child that's looking to be met through them.
Oh.
And my inner child is actually acting up and doesn't feel safe because I'm not getting what I expect I need. And that's the things that we didn't get when we were children. But we have to give that to ourselves. And I've noticed that as I have done that in myself, that irritation doesn't come up at all anymore, because I've witnessed my own inner child and the needs that weren't met, that I was expecting others to meet unconsciously. And then that's why they would trigger and irritate me. And once I give that to my own self, then I'm also able to witness their child self that developed those mechanisms and blind spots for a reason of survival too. So then I just have kindness and compassion that's really real, not forced through a mindset, but it's genuine because I've met that wounded inner child in me. So then I can acknowledge it in the other. So that's
beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
That,
because like you say, it's their inner child, their wounds from their inner child, and that's how they're coping with it. And that's what shows up in their life because of their coping mechanisms. So they haven't healed that yet. And the reason it's irritating me is because I haven't healed that yet.
Yes, there's something in relationship to it. There's a need that's needing to be met, right? And then again, I apply that meeting at intersections of love and growth. How do I meet this situation at an intersection of love and growth? And then in that moment, the friction just dissolves because I'm making a new choice. And that's our superpower. That's going into my last theme here, is like to activate our superpower. It's choice.
Okay. That's great.
You know, how do I choose to encounter this situation? Do I choose to encounter it with defense and aggression, right? Which is destructive. And though destruction is a part of life, but does it have to be, right? Right? Or am I meeting it through creation? And Ron put a post there. He says, villains create destructions. I think it was, what was it that he wrote here? Villain's mindset is destruction. So we have the choice of our mindset.
Yes, we do.
And so what's the superhero's mindset choice? Love will prevail. Good will prevail. I will find a way. And compassion and understanding and kindness. Right? And so looking to see, like, I choose every single second with everything, with the person I'm on hold with for getting something cleared with my card, trying to work out the computer. Even if I'm alone and a frustration comes in, it's still, there's a need in me that needs to be met. I need to choose. How do I love more in this moment? How do I bring love into this situation? Because love is always the key. Love is always the answer. And love is a frequency. It's not a romantic mindset. It's a frequency.
Yes.
It's a warmth that exists, and we all want it. but in order to have the experience of it, we really need to make the choice. We need to use our superpower of choice to realize I'm not a victim. I don't need to live a victimized state. I've been a victim of an action perhaps, but I don't need to have that define me.
Right.
Because I remember a period when I was starting to understand I had PTSD. I had done a vision fast for 4 days, no food, no water, with an elder here, a local elder. And that brought up a lot of stuff. And then when I was doing my talk with her, when I came down the mountain, she says, "Girl, you're classic PTSD." And I'm like, right? Isn't that just Vietnam veterans, right? Isn't that just like major stuff? And I had major stuff happen, but I didn't see it through the lens, right? And I'm like, wow, what is that? And then so I started diving deep into that world of trauma therapy and understanding. But what happened is a part of me created an identity of being the victim that had PTSD.
Right.
And in that, I started losing my creativity. I started losing my vitality. And fortunately, I woke up to it one day. I was given an opportunity to perform. I played the flute in a local performance, 3-day performance of 20 artists, all improv. It was a beautiful show.
Beautiful.
And I'd met this guy who was running it at the coffee shop, and he found out I played the flute, and he invited me. And I had that moment. There was a moment like, I'm too traumatized. I can't do that. I had my trauma dialogue. No, it's going to be overwhelming. Too many people, too much, all this stuff. And then a voice inside me say, well, wait a second. Are you going to just stay in this identity for the rest of your life? What are you going to do? And I went, oh. And so I did it. And holy cow, that was like, it was hard. It was so uncomfortable, but it was beautiful. And I came through. Right? So understanding that, it's good to know we have stuff. It's good to know we have trauma. It's good to know we've been a victim of something, but if it becomes our identity, then that choice does not help us.
No.
That choice actually shrinks us rather than elevates us. And so life is a constant moment by moment meeting these moments, right? And so who am I choosing to be in this moment? Am I choosing to give what happened to me more power than the power that I have now to create a new choice?
And the other question I ask about is what's right about this situation? How am I learning and growing? What is right about this?
Yeah, and then so what is the good that I can create out of it?
Yes.
Right? I'm the meaning maker.
Mhm.
There are no inherent meanings. I'm the meaning maker. I choose the definitions. Right? And so that's my superpower. I choose the meaning. And is that meaning helping me to grow and evolve and be the best I can be? And to love the deepest I can love? Or is it bringing me the other direction? And so it's constantly what am I choosing? What am I choosing? And then another thing that gets in the way is what am I defending? Am I defending my, victimized state? Or am I defending my possibilities to rise above it? There's a lot of layers in here. But that is our superpower, this choice. The fact that we can choose, I find, is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal gift.
In every moment.
In every moment. But in the beginning, it's hard. It's like because we have our wiring, and our wiring wants to keep us where we are because that's our safety. So in order to actually evolve from where we are to where we want to be, we have to let go of our safety. And that's why we resist it. And that's why often our New Year's resolutions don't come through, because we're missing that piece. We're missing that piece of the unconsciousness. And so when we can become more aware of the choice, the power of choice we actually do have, that's when we become a force of creation, which is Ron was saying the villain is a force of destruction and the superhero is a force of creation.
Yes.
Creating. And so those are my thoughts to share
And
today.
the other thing is, when you're creating, we can have an idea of this is what I want to create. This is, but if it doesn't turn out exactly the way you envisioned it, that's okay, because it could be something better.
Yeah.
And if it isn't as good as what you envisioned, it can lead you to something better. There can be, a left turn in there that you didn't anticipate. And because of this creation, something else has come into your life that elevated you to a level of happiness, joy, success, love that you didn't even imagine. You couldn't even have imagined. So when I'm setting intentions, I always leave room.
Yeah, leave room for life to respond.
Yes, absolutely.
Leave room for that, because I found so many times in my life I had an idea about why I'm doing something.
Yes.
And I needed the idea to get moving, but that's not what it became.
Exactly.
Right?
Precisely.
And so, like you're saying, like having the flexibility to say, okay, this is the best action I can take right now that's moving in my excitement and my joy of what I want to do and where I want to be. But I'm open that, okay, this is this first step, but I don't know necessarily the next step. I just know the energy, the momentum I want to be on. And so that is our through line, right?
Yes.
Then we can adapt, and, which life is all about adaptation all the time, right? Yeah.
100%. Completely agree. Beautiful, Luannah. Thank you for sharing all your wisdom. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you too for sharing all your beautiful, beautiful insights and thoughts as well. This was a very nurturing and fun, spontaneous, unfolding.
I love it. And that's the thing. You have a topic you want to talk about, but where it's going to go and how it's going to evolve, it'll be what it is. Yeah. We're all divinely guided. So it will be exactly the way it's meant to be.
Absolutely. And so I wish that for, everybody here watching to take those deep breaths, to bring yourself into alignment into the new year, to connect to what excites you. Do more of that.
Yes.
Let that
live
be
your passion.
a resolution. Do more of whatever nourishes your soul. And that's already enough. That's more than enough. Yeah. Beautiful. So Sharon, where can people find you? All the other shows I kept forgetting to do this end part, so I'm going to anchor it in.
Well, I am a lighthearted life coach. So they can find me at yourtransformationcoaching.com. And they can also find me at YouTube at Holy Shift Balls, because I do a podcast on this network every Thursday morning with my wonderful co-host Bethany. And so every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Luannah time, and 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is Becky time.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can find me at YouTube at Holy Shitballs. Excuse me. And what about you, Luannah? Where can people find you?
So throughout social media, I'm under Luannah Victoria. And so Facebook at Luannah Victoria, Instagram at Luannah Victoria, on YouTube as well. I have a lot of content there. You can find me there. And yesterday, I just finally relaunched my podcast.
Oh, fantastic. Good for you.
Yeah. So I had stopped last year because I'd had a concussion. I fell when I was walking my dog. I hit my head on a rock, and then I was recovering from that for this past year and a half. And just this like 5-6 months ago is when I started getting back into the role of my work and things like that. And then yesterday was the day. And my husband inspired me to get started with that again. And so I did my first video yesterday. And it's not a typical podcast. What I'm doing is I'm sharing writings that have inspired me in my life, and then insights, and then playing my flute to create a meditative state, like to offer a moment of meditation in the day. So that one's called Meaningful Monday Messages. That's what my podcast page is. Yeah. So if you look up YouTube, you'll find that section there. So if you want to enjoy a little bit more, and I've got other beautiful things on that page too. Performances and music and things like that. But I'm going to do it every Monday now. So
congratulations for taking that step. Good for you.
I'm really excited about that. Yeah. And then my website's soulspectivesinstitute.com. That's where you can find me. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And who do we have on the show tomorrow?
We have Ron, Kenny, and Eric. I haven't met Eric yet. Yeah, and they're going to do in memoriam. So it's going to be a day of reflection and bringing in the people who have passed and honoring their existence and sending the blessings and letting them go and sharing a little bit about who they were. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful.
Sad, but beautifully touching at the same time.
Yeah, and death is the sobering medicine, right? To remind us of impermanence and to really take the moments of choice in life that we have, that we're given, and let's use it. Yes. Let's use it. Let's live it,
and be grateful for it. No matter what's happening, there's a lesson. There is beauty in each moment. Now, I'm not talking about not talking about the really horrific moments, but I'm saying just in general life for everyone, you may, be frustrated at work or whatever, but what's right about it? What's it teaching you? How are you growing from this experience? And how is this making your life better in some way, making you better in some way? Just be grateful for it.
Yeah. And if I can just say, even the horrific, because like Viktor Frankl inspired me in my 20s. He went through the most horrific experience in the concentration camps. And yet he still saw the beauty in life and humanity. And that's the hardest work. That's the hardest place to do it. But we've had people that in our century that have inspired me, and they were like, I was like, when I read his story, I'm like, well, if he can do that, I got no excuse.
Exactly. But for the average person, that's they aren't in that space yet.
No, but to be inspired by it, right? That's what they offer, is the inspiration, like to know, okay, even if I don't see it now, let me connect to the beauty of life. Let me find one thing that can nourish my soul, and then it will, and then that one thing will grow into many more. Yeah.
Yes. If you're like, if you think you're having a bad day, read The Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Yeah. That'll change your life. Yeah. It will change your life.
Yeah. It changed my life. It was like, when I read his book, it's like, okay, yeah, I got a lot of work to do, but I have no excuse to not do it.
Yeah, exactly.
To heal my traumas and to resurrect my soul in the beauty of life. Yeah. Or watch this show every day.
Exactly. Or watch Going On Daily every day. Yeah. It will change your life.
Yeah.
Incrementally. And that's how your subconscious likes change.
Yeah. One of my favorite metaphors is how dripping water will also shape stone. So every little drop will shape. And so everything is important, every moment. Yeah. That we choose to direct ourselves there, then we are creating change. But it has to be consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Luannah. Thank you so much,
Sharon. This was fun.
Wonderful.
And
it was great.
Wishing you beautiful ceremony for yourself on New Year's. And I'm actually going to go out and get some fruits, and I'm going to do some of these things that you shared, just because
Me
it's going to
too.
be fun. It's going to be
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's going to be great. And
Yeah.
wishing you a very, very, very happy New Year.
Thank you.
And whatever you and your husband choose to do,
Yeah.
may it be everything you wanted and more.
Thank you. Likewise. And for all of our viewers here too, bless your new year. Bless your
Yes,
new you, that you have a choice to be every single moment.
exactly.
Yeah.
And thank you, Ron. Thank you for all you do all year long.
Thank you.
We
Yeah.
appreciate it. We
So
clearly
much.
would not be here without you. And
Yes.
we're very, very grateful for this
Yes.
opportunity that you're providing us. And so we wish you a very happy New Year as well. I hope you have an amazing New Year's Eve and filled with love and happiness and laughter.
Absolutely. No better wish than that. For you too, Sharon. Thank you.
Okay.
Bless you all. Bye.
Bye.